Ohio gozaimasu,
There you go.
and welcome everyone
Ohio!
to We Be Simpin', Episode 8. My name's Connor.
My name's Taylor.
Episode 8. We're here.
Finally. My god, that took forever.
We're a little late on this one. We've just been kind of busy.
Yeah, we're like a week late on the sun.
That's because of the Nintendo Switch 2 that just came out. We've been playing the shizness out of it.
We have.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
We both got one.
Yes.
We've both been able to snack one.
Yeah.
Can
We got very lucky.
on launch day.
Launch day. We did not get pre-orders.
I couldn't get pre-orders. I couldn't get it last time because they sold out instantly. Because people, I would say this, websites don't know how to,
Differentiate from humans and bots.
Yeah, I don't understand it. They did a lot better with launch though. I'll say I had an easier time, and they had procedures or restrictions to be like, "Are you human?" And I'm like, "That's great." And they only limited it to one per
account.
One per account, which I think is great because I had to buy your Switch on a different website, which I was able to get.
Yeah. I got yours off of Walmart.
I know you. Okay, so we were both night of launch day.
Mm-hmm.
Went live on Walmart, and I was on my phone. I was on my computer. You was on your phone because I was like, "Can you try checking?"
I wasn't planning on trying to snatch the Switch 2 that night, but you're all like, "Oh, I hear it's on the app," and I was like, "Do got it."
And I was like, "Wait, what?" Because I was refreshing a billion times. I was already past it was at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
9 p.m.
9 p.m. our time?
It was 9 p.m. our time when it went live. And I kept hitting refresh on my phone, refresh on the computer, not working one bit. And then I follow Wario64 on Twitter, or X, if you want to call it that. And he was posting constantly, being like, "Okay, try the app. And I was like, "Honey, try the app. Try it right now." And you got in immediately first. I was like, you were probably first in line.
I punched it in. I found it. I clicked it, and it said, "Woohoo! You have 10 minutes to check out."
And then you gave me the phone. And I was like, "Okay, purchase, got it. We're good. All right, we got it. We got the first one."
I didn't have the money.
Well, I just put it on my card. So
yeah.
I wanted to make sure my card was on and everything. It was going through.
Yeah, you had your wallet out and everything. I was like, "Whoa, this is a process."
I was just making sure I had the right one, and I was all good.
And we buy our groceries.
I was just making sure.
I was thinking maybe you were trying.
There were some issues with people with the card. I was worrying because I had the second time I bought the Switch, the second one I bought, they actually declined it.
Did you have to use a credit card?
No, I didn't use my credit card. It declined it the first time because it was like, "Oh, this is a large amount of money on a different site. Is this you?"
Oh yeah, your bank.
My bank literally declined it, and I was like, "Yeah, this was me."
Yeah, and you had already spent the same amount or more less.
Yeah, I spent the same amount within that hour.
Yeah.
And so, because I bought it on GameStop, I bought the second one on GameStop because they had the bundle. We both got a bundle. We both got Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
With the bundle.
Yes.
Which I do want to get into. Our getting Mario Kart World for free on the first one. I'll talk about that in a minute, but my card declined.
You need to learn patience.
Well, we'll get to that. Yes. We'll get to the patience.
So just now, spoiler alert, he needs to learn patience.
I need to learn better patience.
Mm-hmm.
But I was panicking. You can't blame me for that.
Yeah, but you didn't even let your Switch fully turn on.
Okay. Fair enough.
We'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, okay.
But yeah, my card got declined on the second purchase because it was a little bit more money because GameStop was only selling the bundle with their own bundle.
Yeah.
It was it came with a charging Joy-Con holder. It came with the Mario Kart wheels.
Yeah.
Which are not nice, by the way.
Those are nice. We were playing with those just maybe a couple hours ago.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
And then it came with a memory card. So
yeah.
And then it came with the bundle. So altogether it was almost $6.
Right. I let him have everything out of that bundle except for the Switch 2.
And you get the wheel.
Oh yeah, I got one wheel.
No one will. So
no one will. But, I chose the red one.
But yeah, it did decline the first time, and then I had purchase it one more time because I was like, "Is it still in my cart?" And it was.
Oh, thank goodness!
So it let me get it one more time, and it went through that time and we were all squared away. But yeah, and they came rather quickly. Like I think Walmart came 2 days later.
Yeah, so we ordered it but then it came out and then it came
like that
Friday. Yeah. So all we had to do was wait a day.
And then the GameStop came by Monday, I think. Or no, Sunday. It came out. It was a day early.
It was a day early.
Yeah, because Sunday I had you set it all up because we were watching the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Oh, not the Game Awards, the Xbox Showcase.
Yes.
So, man, that's been a... How you liking the Switch 2?
I'm enjoying it.
How you liking Mario Kart World?
Oh, it's fun. I really like that. I love my Magic Carpet car.
Yeah, you've been playing...
It's like the only car I drive is my flying carpet.
With your Aristocrat Yoshi or your King Boo.
No, I played a lot of characters on that particular car. But this last time I was playing the King Boo. The aristocratic King Boo, I think.
Yeah, we got most of your characters unlocked. It's been fun. It's like a... I don't think it's... The game's fun. The game's really fun.
It's fun.
It has like an open world section that has nothing in it.
Yeah.
It has obviously Grand Prix, which is, the standard. And then they have this awesome Knockout World Tour where it's kind of like a battle royale, 24 players, each 6, you get 6 races. And it's all conjunction. It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It's like all one.
That's cool.
That's so cool. I like that. I think that's really cool. It's just like kind of just transitions to the next, like, because that's the thing about the whole world. It's like it's all open world and it's all connected. And I think that's kind of cool. I just wish there was more things to do in it other than just racing. Which leads me to I don't think this game's worth $80.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we bought it for $50 each on the bundle. Sort of only 50 because we only paid it once. You want me to tell the story now?
You should tell the story.
So while we were setting up the first Switch, because we did a whole unboxing, everything, it's on our other channel. You guys can check that out. It's over on Grumble Gamers. Yeah. But
so his was the actual legit bundle box. It had the Mario stuff printed on the box.
Yeah, so there's a distinct ones. So they made 2 different versions of the bundles. Is what we figured out later.
Yeah.
Was that there's one with the box, and maybe I'll post a picture of the differences on the video here because I still have the boxes here. I haven't thrown them out. But there's one where it has it all embedded on the box. It has Mario Kart on the box.
Yeah, it's all printed.
But your copy, your bundle has a sticker.
It was the sticker, which we've been seeing all over the place, on YouTube and other people's stuff.
Yeah, and I just thought that was the normal one.
Yeah. But when I saw it was printed on the box, I was like, okay, so maybe the game's already on the Switch then.
That's what you were thinking of. Yeah. I panicked. And so I immediately, because we were setting it up, and I was like, well, where's the voucher code? Usually you would just get a voucher code for the game. Like a little code, you scratch off the code off this little paper, and then you type it in later on the eShop. And then I panicked as you were setting it all up, and I was on customer service talking to Mohammed. Thank you I'm shouting out to you, Mohammed, for helping me out with the Switch 2 bundle fiasco that I was having in my head while you were all like, just wait. And I was like, no, I'm not going to wait. I didn't just spend $500 plus tax dollars to not get Mario Kart. Okay?
I was like, I would give it a few minutes, let the Switch turn on, and let's see if it's a download or something.
Which it was.
It was.
But I didn't know that until after I stopped speaking with Mohammed. So I talked to customer service at Walmart.
Yes.
I told him my predicament. I'm like, hey, I got the bundle and everything. I got that, but I don't have the game. I don't have any voucher code or anything. And thank you, Mohammed, for helping as much as you could, but because he didn't know better. And he gave me a refund.
Yeah.
Partial refund.
But not from that particular order.
No, so he couldn't refund our Switch order, partially.
Yeah.
He had to go through our past orders, which you bought paint.
Yeah, so I could paint our house.
So he refunded all of your paint.
Yeah. For
$63 or something.
Yeah.
And so karma's a bitch on me. All the money went to you.
It went to my account.
And so I was like, just keep it.
Just before Mohammed said that he sent the refund, I looked on the box and there's this tiny little text there saying that you go into the eShop and it's a free download.
Tiny tiny.
I like pointed at it, and I was like, "See, you didn't have to go to customer
You need a
service."
microscopic lens for that.
You just need an observant eye.
I need to read the fine print.
Yeah.
Is what I need.
You do.
So we essentially got Mario Kart sort of for free on the first one. I didn't do it for the second one because yours actually came with a voucher.
Yeah, mine had the sticker on it. It was a regular Nintendo Switch 2 that was not previously a bundle that they turned into a bundle.
And now when you go over on, at least on Walmart, they have 3 SKUs now on when you're buying one. They have one that is not the bundle. Yeah. They have one that is the bundle with installed onto the device. And then they have one that says voucher code bundle. So there's 3 distinct ones now after I spoke with them.
Walmart lost so much money that first day.
Yeah.
Because of that, like, shenanigans.
So did I con him? Sort of.
But by accident.
And I was like, well, it's too late now.
Yeah.
He already refunded us. I felt bad. I still feel bad for Mohammed. I'm so sorry, Mohammed.
I doubt he got in trouble or anything.
No, he didn't get in trouble. He just didn't know what to do. Yeah. He just like, I'm just gonna partially refund you because he was trying to give me a $10 voucher, like a voucher, for this incident happening. He's like, I'm so sorry. Here's $10. I'm like, you're giving me $10 for what I essentially spent a $50 purchase that I did not need to spend if I did not actually get this thing. I don't think that's fair. And he's like, you're right. Let me do you right. And he refunded more money.
Yeah, he went above and beyond.
So,
and I feel so bad about that. But, he did his job.
He did.
And, that's not, I don't know how.
I was probably being a real Karen in the situation. And I'm so sorry, Mohammed.
That's why I tell you, patience is a virtue.
Patience is a virtue.
Patient. Learn. We know we're not religious or anything, but learn from Job.
I'll learn from Job, okay?
Yeah. The most patient man.
So that's a Nintendo Switch too.
Yeah,
Are you enjoying it?
I'm loving it.
Enjoying Mario Kart World?
Yeah.
Is it worth $80?
No.
Is it worth $50?
Yeah.
Is it worth a refund of $63 and change?
For me, absolutely.
Excellent.
Because I went over budget on work supplies.
So this kind of helped you.
That definitely helped me out a bit. I'm like, oh, thank God.
So we're having a good time with the Switch too. I don't know if we'll have any more follow up on that. That's just been our week.
Yeah.
It's kind of just that and everything else. But we've also been busy with some anime stuff.
Yeah, and I've been playing a visual novel. So.
Ooh, what you been playing?
Battlefield Waltz.
What is that about?
That's about this girl whose village gets attacked.
Typical.
I can't say everybody dies, but her dad died. And, she and her mother and her cousin, I believe, are trying to escape. But then they get cornered into the ruins area. Mm-hmm. And she's, so desperate to get her mom and her cousin out alive that she sort of accidentally summons the cursed sword.
Hey, when that happens.
Right, yeah, and the cursed sword doesn't really listen to people, so it was impressive she was able to get it in the first place. But I guess he just sort of resonated with her.
Is it a talking sword, or is it a sword that can turn into a human?
So he has a humanoid persona, but she has to wake him up. They aren't completely synced because they're not completely, synced and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, she can summon the sword out at least, but it's not like a magical weapon until he wakes up.
Mm.
And he sort of takes over the fighting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's as far as you're on it.
Are
you at the academy right now?
I'm in the academy because the character fainted after she wipes out all the people who are attacking the town. And then mom's all like, oh my God, she's a tyrant. And I'm like, Mom, but I did this to save you. And so the academy took me in and they're like, we're going to help you, control this cursed sword. And they're like, so how do you summon him? I'm like, fuck if I know. So it doesn't really feel like I'm training very well. It's just me talking with a bunch of different classmates and watching them do stuff. And me delivering flower petals that glow to various businesses. And
wooing boys.
Yeah, wooing boys. There's 3 of which I'm currently interested in.
There's no Saint Germain, though.
There's no Saint Germain. It's not Code Realize.
No. It's Code Battlefield Waltz.
And there's no Yao that I can pay for it.
Is it the same people? Well, I don't think it's the same people, but the same
It's
publisher.
Like the same publisher, yeah.
That does these, was it Iffy Studios or Iffy Factory?
Idea Factory.
Idea Factory. That's what they call IF. IF Factory or whatever.
Yeah. I think the American store is called Iffy. Right?
Yes, because I bought some of your limited edition ones on there.
Yeah.
Which you have like, there's some really cool ones I did like for 9 RIP. This is really cool that I really like when collector's editions have in-game items.
Right.
To like.
My box is still up there.
I see it.
I want to pull out the necklace and the fan sometime.
Yeah, you gotta go. Ooh. And you got to wear the pendant.
Yeah.
Because that's like part of. I love that.
necklace so far was only in one of the character stories. I have not completed all the character stories.
That's crazy. You need to go back to non-RP. You were in like the middle of that when we like.
I had to take a long break. I think it's because of my. Was it because of my
migraine?
Stroke-like migraine last year?
Maybe.
Yeah. I couldn't handle really looking at screens for a long time.
I get that. And you're doing better now.
Yeah. So. I have my good days and my bad days.
Well, I'm glad you're playing more Vigis because there's a new one I saw on the eShop because I was browsing on the Nintendo Switch 2, which, by the way, back to the Nintendo Switch 2. The eShop is so much better on there now. So much better. But I found this vampire visual novel that I showed you immediately.
Oh,
you were like, yes, you were
I really want that.
The Red Bell's Lament, I think is what that one was called.
Yeah. And seeing that, like, okay, so you're like a vampire hunter in that one.
Yeah,
right?
you're a vampire hunter, yes.
It looks like you could get with the vampires. And I'm drooling.
You did, I saw spit.
I want a vampire romance.
Well, I told you I would get it if you finish up this game because I'm trying to have you finish. You have so many visual novel games you've not touched.
I know.
I really want you to touch Fata Morgana because
I know that one's just on my Switch. I don't have a physical copy of that, but
I've been trying to get it for you, but it is so expensive.
Yeah, no, don't worry about doing that. I'm happy with my digital one.
And I can't get you a physical one of Red Bell, the Red Bell's Lament.
Oh, yeah,
that one's only
fine.
digital.
You know, so. We only have so much room. We're pretty much out of space already, and we still have a lot more things we want to get physically.
I know.
So you don't have to worry about that.
It's a struggle.
It is.
It's a struggle
especially
being a weeb.
in a micro home. We're maximalists trying to live like minimalists.
Especially with your books. Let me tell you.
Don't say anything about my books.
I'm not saying anything. Not saying anything. What was that?
I'm saying awesome.
Awesome to what?
A while ago, I sent her some paper bags for our shops for the vendors market.
Oh, cool.
I wanted, because we're going to go half seats on it, I wanted to make sure she liked some of
you're
these
getting
options.
ready for a
Friday night market with live music. And we got to bring our own light source because it gets dark.
Shit.
So yeah, I
remember. Your mom can bring all of the lamps.
Yeah, she was like, I have some lanterns I can bring. And they're electric, so she's going to make sure they're charged.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's perfect.
So yeah, but we're like, we need bags because how are people supposed to carry this stuff home? So we've been looking at paper bags.
All right, well, that's a good alternative.
Yeah, we're planning on like going halfsies on those. I said that to her a while ago. She just responded.
No worries. You're like 2 weeks out for that, so
yeah, I'm getting like nervous.
Maybe in a couple weeks you can talk about that experience and how that went.
So I've worked festivals before, but I've never actually been like the boss and like the owner of my own booth. I was just somebody who worked.
This is a new experience for you.
Yeah, I had to give them all my information. I had to give them our logos. So I had to set all this up, and so
you've been kicking ass.
I would say, yeah, thank you. I still have to it will be on the Friday. I have to pick up our parking pass and our vendor pass and all that kind of stuff. So it's like a whole bunch of new experiences.
For those who don't know, you run like 2 Etsy shops.
Yeah,
which we've never mentioned until now. So
I guess we haven't, have we?
No, we never talked about what you do.
If you guys are curious, my first and my larger Etsy shop is called The Fizzing Witch. I sell bath bombs, soaps, lip balms. So it's very popular. It's a bit like it's I don't have very much in it at the moment because I'm trying to shift over to making things before I put them on the shop rather than making
pre-made things. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so that way you could get your products sooner rather than like 2 weeks out. You know.
Mm-hmm. But you still get requests for like stuff that you don't even have up yet. You're like, oh, do you still have this?
The most popular one is my Black Phillip bath bombs.
Used to be your Friday the 13th ones.
Yeah. Those ones went viral.
Yeah, during COVID.
Yeah.
I remember COVID, you were booming. I remember 1 month you made more money than me.
I know that.
In a
I've never made
month.
that kind of money ever again after that, but that was amazing.
That was so exhausting though for you. You were so exhausted.
God. I
Remember when you worked with Hinge?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It was a dating app.
Yeah. They ordered 100 square-shaped bath bombs from me with eyes and the logo.
Like the mascot, yeah.
Yeah, it was the mascot.
And you also
I
I also like that you got like a special order from like some of the like Phil Lord.
Oh yeah, so like
the directors of Lego Movie and Spider-Verse and stuff.
Yeah, so I think it was for that one movie with the pug in it.
Yeah, it was a Netflix show. It was a Netflix movie.
It actually swapped around until it landed on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it's called. If I can't remember right now, but I'll probably have it right here. This is the movie in the video form on YouTube. So
I had to make a bunch of pug soaps for them, and that was like one of the coolest things ever. Plus, I'm still proud of those pug soaps.
They do really great. I love. You're so creative. And then you also have the Bog Witch Creations.
Yeah, the Bog Witch Creations. It's more of my hobby shop. It's like I just make things for fun and then I put them on there.
You make like ghost goobers and
jars.
Yeah,
I make little adopt-a-ghosts, and it comes with like a little adoption certificate.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really proud.
And then you also have like spider net.
Hammocks. Spider web stuffed animal hammocks. Those have been very popular lately. I sold out of my last one just like
You just made one this morning.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So
you're plugging along with this huge festival, and I'm so proud of you.
So my fizzing workshop has been suffering because I've been preparing everything for this festival.
Well, I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, you're going to be able to promote at the festival and maybe get more eyes on it.
Business cards.
It's all a learning experience, It's hard to juggle it all at once, and there's only so much you can do. Yeah. You're only one person.
Indeed, that's true.
So
I'm hoping people like my stuff.
You're kicking it. I already love your stuff. A lot of people love your stuff. You have over 1,000 sales.
Yeah.
On some of your stuff since then, so it's been
on my shop. I think
years in the making.
About 5,000 sales.
5,000 sales.
All right.
So you got 5,000 people that wanted your stuff.
Yeah, who have bought my stuff at least.
And then some. So don't sell yourself short.
I think
you're doing a great job.
Thanks.
So, proud of you. But let's move on to a topic today.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Well, we had the privilege. Is it a privilege? We paid for it. We paid for it. We had the privilege and resources to go see Dandadan Season 2 in theaters.
The first 3 episodes.
The first 3 episodes. They kind of did this huge promotion with G Kids, which has been kind of publishing their media side of things. And the movie for this, it was called Evil Eye. It's kind of the Evil Eye arc to Dandadan. Which is starting off this new arc that they kind of started at the end of season 1 of Dandadan and kind of, going forward with season 2. And G Kids did an event where they were showing the sub and dub of it in theaters, and we had the opportunity to go see it. We saw it in dub because we love the dub for this one. And
I think they all do such a great job.
Oh, it's amazing. I just love what they do. Like, just
plus Alex Lee,
your boy,
bye-bye.
Gigi.
I love it.
But yeah, we got an opportunity to see Dandadan early season 2, and we want to talk about just that and just Dandadan. I think today, because Dandadan is such a rare phenomena of a show. And I know the manga's been going on for a while. It has 14 plus volumes at this point. And,
right. Also, I have to look it up specifically. But before we really get into what we watched, the whole creation of Dandadan, I remember hearing that his editor, he kept getting refusals, no, we're not doing this. And so his editor gave him the advice to read 100 romance mangas.
And then he made this.
And that because he could not do romance, he had a hard time making it natural and whatnot and believable. So the mangaka for Dandadan had to read 100
as a resource material and homework.
Right. So, what is it called? What is that?
Like shoujo?
Shoujo, yeah. Shoujo. I had to read 100 shoujo mangas. So I was like,
And this
okay.
is what kind of birthed this entire...
That's what birthed the interactions between Okarun and Momo.
I mean, if you think about it, this show is a romance.
It's totally
It's a romance.
Yeah.
It's half... I mean, it's half of everything, but
it's
a romance through and through.
It hooked us from episode 1.
I know. Well, I mean, for those who don't know what Dandadan is, at this point, it's kind of crazy that you wouldn't know if you've been living under a rock. I mean, last year, this show blew up. I mean, not to the degree of Soul Leveling did last year, but I think this show really, I mean, you've heard the song, I bet. You've heard,
Taylor Swift, so you had to have heard the song.
You've heard the opening song to Dandadan. But what is Dandadan for those who don't know what Dandadan is? You want to try your best up? You cracking that egg?
Alright, I would say.
Or ball? Golden ball?
2 people. One, like, sort of more spiritual. One more occultist. Like, Momo, she believes in ghosts. Okarun, he believes in aliens. And each other, they don't believe in the other thing. Okay?
Yeah, I find that so funny. It's like...
So, and they seem to, like, quarrel right away about it, which is hilarious. And then, like, so they make a deal to go to one place of the other's choosing to try to see if they can find a ghost or an alien.
And it kind of just goes from there.
And then, yeah, things just snowball from there.
I just love how much they mix into here from with aliens, conspiracies, with actual like paranormal and stuff. Yeah, it's like it's a blend I never thought would work. But it does. It's insane. Science Saru, who's making the show, who I've loved recently because they did Devilman Crybaby, they did the Scott Pilgrim show, the Netflix show that they just did. I think it's called Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. And they also did Colors Within. We just watched that one not too long ago.
Yeah,
that movie.
You even bought it. We bought it on my Amazon.
I bought it a second time on Blu-ray.
And then you bought it on Blu-ray just recently.
I don't know.
That's how much you loved that.
I loved it. I thought it was really good. But they've been killing it.
That's why I'm touting it for you.
It's good. Science Saru does a great job, which isn't that just Science Monkey?
Yeah. Saru is monkey in Japanese, in case you didn't know.
So they've been killing it with this, and this is their first show series that they've tackled that has like a second season.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh.
Because they have always just made original content or, reimaginings or something. So
yeah.
So it's been really nice to see them flourish from this and get a lot of flowers. And I think this is a great show. There's so many references to this show too that they make nods of, especially with the opening.
Yeah.
Like they have the Carlton dance for Christ's sake
in
there.
Yeah, that's like my favorite part of that whole opening.
You know the one.
Whatever Momo's doing is fun to watch too, but like
I think she's doing a Beyonce move.
No, I think it's a Rihanna move.
A Rihanna. Okay, sorry, I mixed them up.
If it was Beyonce, I don't think I'd find it as a music.
Yeah, she's doing like some kind of Rihanna like dance move. But then the guys in the back are doing like the Carlton dance.
Right. Yeah.
So I was like, there's just so many like nods. Yeah. And just like in the show is just crazy, batshit crazy.
I grew up watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, so seeing that Carlton dance it was so great.
You know what sucks? Because I said this to you off air, but that second opening for season 2 is not going to hit. It's not going to hit as hard. It's not going to live up to the beauty of Creepy Nuts' first opening. Which sucks, but
to listening and seeing it. But at the end of the day, I don't think you can ever beat that original opening.
So I know we're just talking vague, but how about we dive into season 2 a bit, just because we watched it early. And we should get our reactions to it. Like, what did you enjoy it? The first 3 episodes.
So first thing I'm going to say, we go into the theater. We're like the second couple in there.
I know.
There's one other couple in there, and then for the longest time, nobody else came in the theaters. I'm like, oh my gosh!
Like midway through the previews is when people came in.
Dan is no. I think if we went to like a different theater, like in a different city, it would have been a lot popular.
Maybe so.
But like we went to the other one that's closer to us, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think there's as many weebs out here as there were where we used to live.
Yeah, maybe so.
So because all the other like movies we went to, like
we saw. God, what was it? We saw Your Name in theaters.
Yeah, we saw Your Name. We saw Black Butler, Book of Atlantic, and oh my god, that was the funnest theater to be in. Because when there's so much fan service, and everybody, including me, we were squealing. We were the loudest theater.
And I think we saw one of the My Hero Academia movies. I think the Two Heroes.
That was like right before COVID.
You're right before. That was the last movie you watched before we went back.
I think I still have that ticket stub in my wallet. I mean, not this one. I have a new wallet now. But I have it in my old wallet. I think that ticket stub's still in there. And you don't get ticket stubs anymore.
No, you don't.
It's all electronic.
I got a ticket stub actually recently by watching Thunderbolts with my mom during Mother's Day.
Oh, really? I forgot you did that.
Yeah, because we went to a Cinemark. We went to an AMC theater, which maybe it's different for every theater because I don't know. But we went to Cinemark and they gave me tickets and my mom handed me them. She's like, "Oh, you still collect these?" I'm like, "I don't even get these anymore." It's still I have Thunderbolts a ticket in my wallet right now. I have 2 of them, so I was like, "Oh wow, this is crazy." I haven't collected tickets in years. Yeah, because I think they just all went digital after COVID.
Oh yeah, it's safer.
Yeah, it is definitely safer, but
anyway,
the reception was just like
it was lacking where we.
There
were
was
at.
one person that dressed up as Momo, which
I
you
saw
pointed
her.
out.
I was like, oh my gosh, she's wearing her like a pink.
I would have asked to take a picture with her,
and like the red bow. And
I wish you asked her to take a picture with you. That would have been awesome.
I mean, I only saw her when she walked in. Like.
I thought you saw her when you went to the bathroom at the end.
No, so there was it was a group of. She came in solo. She was the only one who came in, and then after a while, a little group of people came in. That was the group of people I saw when I went to the bathroom after the movie ended. Mm-hmm. So they weren't dressed or anything. And, they were bitching about their mom when I walked out of the bathroom. I was like, the fuck, people.
Oh, kids.
Treat your mom with respect.
Wow. But yeah, not really huge on Dandadan. I know when we see, because we're also planning on doing Demon Slayer, that's going to fucking blow.
Oh yeah, we'll have to do another podcast.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to. But
and Chainsaw Man.
Oh yeah, we're seeing Chainsaw Man in theaters as well this year. So yeah, we have 2 other movies we're planning on seeing that's,
So we were in a very empty theater room. And that was okay, it's cool.
It was. And then, there's like, goddamn, the previews were just so freaking long.
The previews took for freaking ever.
I watch movies. I don't think I've seen a movie that long with just previews.
Like, we got there, like, maybe right on time because the ticket said, like, 1:50 p.m. And that's usually like, oh, yeah, you could expect, like, maybe 10 minutes of, like, previews and stuff before the movie. We get in there, we bite, we get booze, we go sit in our seats, we lounge back, we're ready to watch our movie. We think, oh yeah, we'll only have like maybe 10 minutes. 2:20, I think, is when the movie actually started. We had a half hour.
Isn't that crazy?
Of just
I remember when we watched Look Back, and there was no commercials. Yeah. They just went straight to the movie. Yeah, they just went straight to the movie. And I was like, oh my god, this is nice. Yeah. I only had to stay here for an hour.
Yeah. I wonder if they had to like up their previews because of how many tickets didn't sell.
Maybe.
To pay for that.
Maybe so. And maybe some people watched in Japanese because we didn't. There was a Japanese showing.
A lot of people. So one of the guys I dated before you, he refused to watch dubbed anime. It was Japanese anime only. No English voice actors.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I love both. Don't get me wrong.
I love both.
We should do an entire podcast versus sub versus dub.
We often watch, especially with new animes that come out. We watch it when it comes out in Japanese, and then as the English dub airs, we watch that as well. So we pretty much watch it twice.
We appreciate it twice.
Yeah. We see how well they do.
And they put in the effort.
Yeah.
It's
definitely different than how it was.
I think it's been better
15 years ago.
I think it's been better over the years. Yeah. I think a lot of people have been leaning towards, either or and not kind of fighting the two. But
so I was okay. So I loved Black Butler dub. I loved Steins Gate dub. I saw Noragami. It wasn't dubbed at the time, but once the Blu-ray came out, I bought that. And I was so unimpressed with the English dub. I was like, okay, so I would only watch it in Japanese.
Oh, you didn't like the dub? We watched it dubbed.
Yeah, you got me to watch it dubbed finally. It only took a decade.
And did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it. I had more appreciation for
Okay.
it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. I don't think it's the best dub I've heard,
Mm-hmm.
but I still enjoyed it.
I know, because you always just associate,
Right.
or like you have this mindset when you look at like characters. You're like, that's not the
Right.
voice I kind of would have clocked on that person. But
Yeah, there's that, but there's also like how they deliver their lines.
yeah, it's delivery.
I
It's
didn't
also
feel like they did a good job,
translation
especially
too.
in that first episode. Didn't
God,
feel like
we
they
have to
did a good job.
rewatch Noragami. I miss
Yeah.
Noragami. That's that's over 10 years old now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Insane.
didn't it come out in like
2015?
2015?
The last season was in 2015.
Yeah. So I bought that and Steins Gate together on Blu-ray on Amazon. They were cheap back then. I think I spent a total of $40 on both of those.
Anime Blu-rays are used to be so expensive. Like anime, like being on DVD and Blu-ray has been so expensive, but we obviously have a Crunchyroll subscription now
Yeah.
that I bought. I got the highest tier because I was like, if we're using this, I'm going to be using the store a lot, and I have been using the store a lot.
Oh yeah, it's
I've
like
been-
a monthly, if not weekly
You're
purchase.
just like, what did you buy this time? And oh my god, like your apothecaries were like $40-ish each,
Mhm. Yeah,
and that's really nice
that is nice.
for your part 1, part 2. A total 80, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Same with my Freerin and so on and so forth. And then like movies I've been getting are like anywhere from like $20-ish. Like I think Colors Within was 18.
Yeah.
Like the Colors Within a steelbook I got A Silent Voice by accident. Um,
Oh yeah, that was in your cart. when
that was
you
on
were
my
buying-
Amazon card actually.
You were buying me Black Butler mangas, right?
I bought it all together by accident. It was all in my cart and I just didn't look.
Yeah.
And I spent like over $100+. And I was like, oops.
Jeez.
I also bought like The Dangers in My Heart season 1 and season 2, which were like
Were
20
those by accident? Or did
Those were by accident.
Oh shit!
along with
you need
Silent
to start
Voice.
checking your cart, dude.
I have been doing that now. But yeah, they're a lot cheaper. Like Amazon specifically, like those
Oh, yeah.
those were really cheap now, like $20-ish each. And I was like, ooh, this is not bad.
Yeah, that was like back in 2015 when I bought those.
And you still got them,
Yeah, I still got them.
and we still use them and watch them and stuff.
I loaned my Steins Gate to my younger brother Jake, and
And
he
then-
had it for like a year, and he never watched it. So I went into his room, I grabbed it,
And just never.
I
look
checked
back.
to make sure everything was in there,
Good,
and I was like, he's never even asked about it,
good.
so he totally forgot he had it.
Don't borrow. Don't give anime to your loved ones.
Don't loan. Well, I can loan it to my mom. She'll
I
be
know.
nice to it.
I know. So yeah, obviously I don't know where we got on track
Oh yeah,
here,
we
but
got off track.
but
Dandadan.
Dan, we got the theater experience.
Yeah. We binged the whole show before we went there.
We binged it
In 2
in
days.
2 or 3 days. Yeah, we did pretty good.
Yeah.
We did save because I read the fine print on the movie description, and they said it starts at the last episode
Yeah.
of season 1, and it did sort of. I'm gonna say in quotations, it was half of the
It was
episode,
half the episode.
which
yeah.
isn't bad.
Which was fine because my bladder can only hold out so long.
But then they did a 15+ minute recap
Mhm.
before they started the
Yeah,
first
so
3
we-
episodes in the.
We didn't really need to watch the.
No,
whole
we did
season
not.
before.
So I was like, wow, we did not even need to watch this
Yeah.
at all because they just recapped the whole thing in like 15-ish minutes.
Right. Especially
Um,
since I had already watched it like a few months ago with my brother Wayne.
It was really fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, it has been a while because we haven't watched it since season 1 for me, or since they
Yeah,
finished it.
since they aired it.
So yeah, it was not as fresh as me,
You,
but for me, I remember stuff, and then I saw you guys watching it from time to time, so I just kind of chimed in, but
yeah.
because I was at work and you guys were watching it during that
I have
time.
like
so.
our Japanese Mondays.
But yeah, they did a whole recap, and then they started off on the last episode of season 1, and then it kind of just bled in. They didn't even do any intros or outro songs. They just made it all cohesive.
I
Like
was
a
like
full-on-
surprised they didn't even have like at least a like quick title screen or something.
Like dang.
Right? Yeah.
They didn't do
They
that.
didn't do anything like that. So
was-
I was like, oh, okay, wow. I mean,
They didn't do it to the end.
this
The
was-
Dandadan didn't hit until the very end of the last of where they ended.
Oh, wow, okay.
But holy
that's
crap.
right. But yeah, I was like really surprised, but I've never actually went to go watch a show. In the
No, me
theaters
neither.
before.
This is my first time ever watching
So I
like
don't know if that's like a normal thing or what.
I have no idea. I've never watched an advanced screening of of a show.
But we're
early.
gonna have to try to do some more when things interest us.
Oh yeah, we're doing. So like I said, we already planned Demon Slayer because Infinity Castle's in September. I think Chainsaw Man's October or November.
I think it's October.
And so we're watching both those.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones I can think of. I want to watch anime movies too, because like the newest movie called Scarlet's going to come out at some point next year.
Oh.
It's the creator of Belle, which I really love Belle.
Yeah, we have the vinyl for it.
I love the vinyl. I have the Blu-ray. I listen to that. I listen to the vinyl sometimes, but I also listen to it at work. Just the
No, you
the whole
have
soundtrack.
it digitally downloaded.
I love that whole soundtrack. It's so great. It's so beautiful, and he's making another one called Scarlet, which is like a medieval like fantasy. And I'm like, yes,
that'll probably be my Belle.
That'll be your Belle.
Yeah,
but yeah, I want to do more of these theater experiences because I really liked like you said with like Black Butler and like My Hero were like probably the most popped out.
Those are like the funnest crowds to be in.
I haven't had that kind of experience since like Endgame Avengers.
Oh yeah,
that night you watched Endgame with me.
Yeah,
I still remember that day.
Yeah,
I still remember that midnight showing, us watching that whole film, and everyone screaming and like.
We lived pretty close to the theater at that point.
Yeah, we lived like probably a couple miles away from it, but yeah, it was pretty close. But yeah, that was an experience. Like I'll never forget Endgame moment, and there's nothing that's ever replicated that for me, and that's so sad. But maybe one day. But I was hoping the weebs in our area would give us that.
Turns out we don't have many in our area.
No, not over here. But that's okay. That's why we talk about these things over the web. You know, and tell you guys what we experienced. But so overall, you liked Evil Eye?
Oh yeah, Evil Eye was amazing. I thought like they did a great job at making me like feel for the Evil Eye.
They've been doing that a lot with this show. It was just something that's like, which I really liked with Demon Slayer, is like make you sympathetic towards some of the demons.
Yeah.
And made me actually like give a damn about these villains. But like they did that with the first season of Dandadan with like Acrobatic Silky. They did that with Turbo Granny a little bit at the beginning too. And so I just
so you don't really see much of Turbo Granny's past, but you just hear about it through Seiko.
Yeah, you hear some of the deeds that she's done, or like you hear like the good things that she's doing, even though she won't
keep murdered girls' spirits companies.
Yeah, and the Acrobatic Silky thing was just probably my favorite episode of season 1. It was just so beautiful, and I cried.
We'll probably be watching that a little later this week.
Oh, yeah, we're rewatching it a third time.
I'm showing my mom.
We're showing your mother Dandadan, and she's loving it.
She's loving it.
She's watched the first 4 episodes and has been loving it.
She's like, okay, I can see why you would want to go and see this in the theater.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So yeah, I feel like this season of Dandadan, Evil Eye, I feel like that has this concrete villain, or this like kind of looming thread right now, which is kind of nice to see. And season 1 did that, with his balls, but
so that's
still the overarching.
It's just like getting his junk back. People still call it junk,
his pecker, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, okay. But in this one, we actually have a specific entity, which they gotta fight.
Yes. Called the Evil Eye,
which is a really cool.
I love the concept of it, and man, those 3 episodes felt so long too. Like I thought, like, are we still going? I was like, there were moments in the movie theater where I was like, they're gonna stop here, right? And then we're gonna have to watch more later. And I was like, no, they showed so much. I think in 3 episodes.
Least one time you knew when was the end of a particular episode.
I think I kind of clocked it.
I think that after that, the next one just sort of bled into the next one.
I know, and I was like, I don't know where they're gonna cut it now. But I was like, there was so much in 3 episodes that they showed.
There was so much. It sort of felt like 4 episodes.
It did. Oh, it kind of is if you think about it, because you did saw the last episode.
But like after that, it was just like. We got so much.
There was so much, and I can't wait to see more. I actually started reading the manga.
Yeah, I've been wanting to read it too. I just haven't had the time.
And holy crap, I can't wait.
How do you find the time when you're working?
I have moments, little spurts, just like to read a chapter or 2. But because I read so fast with manga.
You do. I am a sucker for pictures, so I just tend to linger a little longer.
Don't worry, that's totally up to you. But I love what they're doing and where they're going with the season. it's amazing. I can't wait to see it all in animation because those first 3 episodes were banger. I love they ramped up the action in this one so much. The humor off the charts. I love it so much. Who them bitches?
We're them bitches.
Anything else you want to say about Evil Eye?
Yes,
I mean, I know we're kind of being vague because it hasn't came out yet.
Really
I don't want to spoil too much because it's like if you watched Dandadan season 1, they set up the plot with Gigi.
Yeah.
They set up his situation, what's going on, his house being haunted, and it kind of just goes from there. And what you find out is there is a lot more on the surface and underneath.
And just so you guys know, Gigi's a genius.
Gigi is a genius. Gigi's awesome. Well, I love Gigi.
Yeah.
They introduce characters so well in here that that come like part of the staple. Like you got Psycho, you got Momo, you got Okuro, and you got Gigi, and then you got was it Ira?
Yeah,
Ira's great. You're gonna have more characters. I know you're gonna see more characters this season. That's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to see all this stuff. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And what's coming up next is insane. I love Dandadan. It's so kooky. It's so wild. It's so actiony, and it is a shame it did not get more awards other than like maybe best music for the Anime Awards.
Right, at least that one something. But yeah, it definitely should have won more.
I think it also got best character design, which
did it?
I think so, and it just got mostly best music. So I wish it got more flowers.
I wish a lot of anime got more flowers, but Solo Leveling just swooped in and took it all.
Oh, I don't want to talk about I want to talk about the Anime Awards, but I don't want to at the same time, so I'm just kind of upset with it.
They know what we voted for, so
yeah, you guys
know how we're
are
feeling.
I will say this much. I guess let's just segue to the Anime Awards real quick. 'Cause I honestly did want to speak about it a little bit. I'm disappointed. Do I think Solo Leveling, which won Anime of the Year,
it won so many,
and it won so many more too.
But you couldn't share some of those with more deserving.
I'm honestly, and I'm not going to say who should have won because you and I have our own opinions. And anyone
should have and could have won, but like stereotypical people just choose the action anime.
I'm disappointed, but again, at the end of the day, I do want to give flowers to Solo Leveling for accomplishing something that, I mean, a lot of other Demon Slayer has already accomplished, Attack on Titan has already accomplished, but like Solo Leveling is new. It's a manhwa that got adapted into an anime adaptation. I think that's great.
Which is amazing because it's a Korean original story.
It's a Korean thing, and I think that's something to celebrate.
Yeah,
there.
I would agree.
Do I think it needed to win that many awards that night? No, that's my own opinion.
There's so many other deserving animes that should have won some of those awards.
Yeah, I agree. And
I think I'd be a little less upset about Solo Leveling winning Animation of the Year if other animes got some flowers.
Yeah, and like, not to go back to like, I know this is all Dandadan podcast too.
Yeah, well, it's sort of like the Dandadan /
it's the catch-all.
The catch-all
episode. But with Dandadan, it did win some awards, which I love. I did not. I felt like it was a cop-out because there was 2 awards that they won twice. The same song won twice.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I'm a little confused by that.
Because there's one. It was best opening.
Yeah.
And then best anime song. And I'm like, why do you have them?
It's like, aren't they basically the same thing? Or is anime song, could that be either intro or outro?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
I think I saw Burning on that list as well from Oshinoko.
Oh my god, I love that song so
which is an outro song. So I think maybe they're.
So maybe
I think under Mike,
like putting them all together.
I think it's putting the song and then the opening is like the visuals.
See, when they were like anime song, because like when an anime like gets to a specific point, they usually have like in the background like a special new song, some often with like lyrics playing.
Mhm.
I thought maybe it would be something like that, but then we thought
like an original score.
yeah, like an original score, but like you have your like instrumental stuff,
Yeah.
and then you have a specific song that's made.
Well, we got best composing music, which Evan
Oh,
Call
yeah.
won. Freeran, by the way.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
great. I love that. But I was thinking maybe it's like something that's made specifically for this pivotal moment.
I feel like they need to categorize these a little bit better, or description
yeah.
better.
Let us know what exactly is it.
I like that they did isekai as a separate thing.
Yeah, I like that.
because it used to be just fantasy.
Yeah,
and that
and
really
that's not really fair.
That really, yeah, that was not fair, and that really did peeve me a lot. So I think they're on the right track, but again, I think like you said, to wrap this all up in a nice little bow with the awards is that, you know, let's just celebrate that the nominations happened and who got nominated.
That they at least got recognized.
They got recognized for their achievements.
Yeah.
And is it ever going to win Anime of the Year? Probably not. I'm interested to see next year again,
right.
because I think we're going to have Solo Leveling again because season 2.
Because season 2.
I just think because of season 2's hype is why Solo Leveling won so much this year.
Yeah,
I think so because we just rode on that high.
Another thing that's a bit baffling to me is that Apothecary Diaries sold so many copies of light novels worldwide last year.
You're half of those people because you should see your freaking bookshelf.
Yeah, I own roughly like 40 million. I don't know if it's sold quite that many, but I do not remember hearing it. I was getting articles like weekly about what number they were at. I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. But yeah, no, that's a bit baffling, and I'm surprised Apothecary didn't at least win another award.
I think he only won one award.
The only one for Mamo.
For Japanese, by the way. Japanese sub.
Which she definitely deserves it. That was great. But I really felt like it should have won at least one more award. But I'm glad Freeran won, 2 awards?
I think 2 or 3.
2 or 3?
I think 2 or 3.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, man, so many other anime deserved these awards.
Yeah, and again, this was a crazy year in anime. We got
Demon Slayer even won an award, and I don't think it should have won.
You can see, okay, I know we said we weren't gonna fucking bash this thing, but we are bashing this thing more and more.
This season of Demon Slayer was
the worst arc.
It was
the worst season of Demon Slayer.
They could have given us all this information in a movie, and it would have been 1,000 times better.
They could have done 3
wasted
episodes.
our time with this season.
That last episode did not make up for it.
The first episode with the paper? Was that the paper airplane?
That was episode 2 or 3.
Okay, that particular episode wasted so much time. The last episode wasted so much time. This season...
What, you didn't like the 15 minutes of Muzan walking?
The first 30 seconds was freaking badass, and then it was like, come on, get to it!
It was 18...
Get your ass over there!
It was 18 shots of slow motion Muzan.
It was like, oh my god. So, this season wasted our time hardcore, and it still won a fucking award. No!
It's crazy.
No! So I had to pick a noisy.
Yeah, so we are bashing the anime awards more as we keep talking.
Yeah.
This is great.
Sorry.
I love
I had
this.
to get this off my chest.
I know.
If it was an epic season, then I'd be like, yeah, you get that award. But no! You gave us paper airplanes and walking! And you won a fucking award when...
And you gave Mitsuri 20 seconds.
You didn't even give her 20. You gave her 5! I'm pissed! Where's my Mitsuri?
You can tell that we're a little peeved by the anime awards. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was the anime awards.
Okay.
Is that a podcast?
Is that... Do we want to close this off?
I think the best way to close this off is to bash the anime awards.
We need to end it off on a positive note. Okay?
I'm hoping next year's better. It's not going to be better, but...
Alright, let's hope some of the anime that we really love this year, who really deserve a nomination, get a nomination for next year. And it's Dandadan. It's amazing. Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh no, I'm so excited for season 2.
Oh, did you know that some shoujo enjoyers absolutely refuse to watch or read Dandadan because they feel like
It's an insult to
it's an insult because they were like they didn't even like name any specific shoujo. That's just typecast as strictly romance anime or like manga. They're like it's so much more than just romance, and then they like go into like this whole thing. But you could go into it.
I think for me,
about that later.
I think for me, this is the most unconventional romance I've ever seen, and I love it. Because it's like we watch romance anime. We've watched it, and there's different kinds of kind of romance you can kind of portray. And I feel like this is the weirdest one because it's two people that are very awkward towards each other a lot.
Who are probably a bad match for each other too, which is the majority of people in real life.
It's like the most popular girl in school meets the the nerdiest person that doesn't have any friends, and that's essentially the trope there.
Yeah.
I mean, she's more of a Gairu. Gairu meets a fucking a nerd, you know, and that's been done before, but to this extent is funny because like she has her own quirks. He definitely has his own quirks.
Oh,
and I think there are moments where I'm like they are perfect together.
Yeah,
because they act like a couple. But I just think it's so unconventional. Like it's such a brilliant way to tell romance.
I love it. I love how quirky it is. I love all the shit that's going on. But I just want to say is that like with some of these shoujo enjoyers. Now I love romance. I love shoujo. I'm not strictly a shoujo person, but I think they're like, oh, you need to accept us as a real thing. And it's like, oh, I think a lot of people will accept you as a real thing because you are, but you gotta accept them too. Yeah. You know? Give and take.
It's 50-50.
Yeah. So. You can't just be strictly one thing and expect everything all the time.
I
enjoy Dandadan, people. Don't get butthurt because it's not like a shoujo and that they had to read 100 shoujos just to get this romance right. Just appreciate that they were willing to do that.
Everyone just wants to complain about something.
Oh yeah. See, that's why I'm always saying people are not happy unless they're bitching about something.
Well, that's what we did this episode. We bitched about the Anime Awards.
See, and now we're happy.
We're happy because
people,
we bitched about it.
They can bitch about anything and everything. So, you know, take what you read online with a grain of salt. It's all about what you like.
I think it's your preference.
Yeah.
And if you think Solo Leveling won, you think it should win Anime of the Year, then that is your own opinion.
Yeah. It is a wonderful show. Did it deserve the nomination? Absolutely. But like everybody else will have their own opinion on
and
what
you know
should
ours.
have won.
And you know ours. It's on episode 2.
But I'm not going to condemn Solo Leveling for winning, I think.
No, I don't want to condemn that either. I think, again, like we said, I think hurrah. You know?
It's great. You should tell the story of like the day after when you went to the anime store with my brother.
So after the Anime Awards got announced and everything, I went with your brother to an anime store that had figures because I wanted to just look at figures and stuff. And I was wearing a Solo Leveling shirt just to honor it. You know, like I have a Solo Leveling shirt.
So you were wearing it.
I was like, you know what? You won. Hurrah. Frieren who? You know? Whatever.
Apothecary who?
Who's Mao Mao? Who's Okaroon? I've never heard of Senshi.
Who's Laios?
I wanted to honor it, and so I went to an anime store to just look at figures with your bro, and had some lunch with him that day, and they were complaining at the counter like, oh, Solo Level shouldn't have won, and I'm wearing the fucking shirt, and I'm like, how dare you? How dare you sully my boy? And then she just looks at my shirt and laughs loudly, and I was like, it's okay, I didn't want Solo Level anyone either. I was like, if anything, Apothecary for her, and she's like, Apothecary. So you have some stands.
Yeah.
You have some people out there shouting through the mall rooftops of the Rockies.
Yeah.
That Apothecary should win. So there you go. But to circle back to Dandadan, I want to wrap this up. Nice little bow.
Yeah.
Who is our simp for Dandadan? Now that we watched all of season 1 and a fourth of season 2 now with Evil Eye in theaters.
Hear me out.
Turbo Granny.
Yeah, how did you know?
I knew who you were gonna say.
Oh, okay. Who are them bitches?
Who are them bitches?
Who's your simp?
Who do you think my simp is?
Okaroon.
Not just
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
spoilers. Ooh, spoilers.
Oh, they can't see me.
Oh, they can hear you.
No, absolutely.
They know exactly what you're doing.
Oh, yeah?
I love Okarun.
Yeah.
I think he's great. He's a good character.
I was going to choose him if it had to be a guy.
If it's a girl, it's not Momo. I'm sorry. I'm giving it to her grandma.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to the 80-year-old hot gilf I want to have some relations with.
Yeah, even I would.
I would too. I can't believe they even commented in the shows like, I can't believe that's your grandma. She's so young.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, oh my god, that's a grandma I would like to freaky with. To get freaky with. So yeah, those are my two. Who's your is it Gigi? After Evil Eye?
God. Oh.
I mean,
possibly, but okay, it's the tie between Gigi and Okarun.
You like the bummer downer power?
Of course I do. I grew up like loving the emo shit.
It's perfect.
I was all into MCR and the scene look.
So Okarun and Turbo.
Even though I never had the money to actually do any of that.
And now you're old. Now you can do that.
I know, now I'm old and I can do that, but it's no longer cool. You know, I don't want to be weird.
It's just niche.
If anything, I'll just look like Bassie. Who sort of has that scene though? Let's be honest.
Who's your do you think Okarun then is your simp for male Dandadan?
Yeah.
And then Turbo Granny for just top simp.
If we're top simp, Turbo Granny, like hot simp, Seiko.
Seiko. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a little bun. If you, I just want to say season 2 of Dandadan is coming out July 3rd.
Is that when it's coming out?
July 3rd, July 4th. I'll put it right here.
It's like the first week of July.
Yeah, we're going to be doing our summer picks very soon for the summer lineup of anime. I don't think it's going to be next episode. It might be the next one after that. Because if I don't know, I can't promise what the next episode is going to be at this time because
just know it's coming soon, whether it's the next episode or the episode after that.
I'm really excited for the summer lineup, and Dandadan's is the front runner there. We got Kaiju number 8 coming back.
Yeah.
We got
we have that one coming to was it Netflix that we're interested in?
You talking about the Cloverworks one?
Is that the Cloverworks one? What's it called?
It
has a long name.
I don't remember this on my head. We'll talk about it.
But we'll talk about that in a while.
Let's go Dress Up Darling.
Oh my god, I'm so
Season
excited.
2.
We'll have to rewatch that one.
Well, we could do that in 3 days. 2 maybe.
And then we should also compare it to 2.5 Dimensional.
Ooh, that'd be a good topic.
Yeah.
Because
you love that. You bought a figure.
We had bought
very
figures
quickly.
Well, I saw it on Crunchyroll and I was like, why not? Anyway, yeah, July. Look out for Dandadan season 2, July 3rd, 4th, first week of July. It's coming very soon. It's not a sponsor. Just want to just hype up this show because we love Dandadan.
And we didn't have nearly enough Colorado viewers in the theater that day.
No. So you guys let us know down in the
comments. I know
comments.
we didn't talk very much about Dandadan in this episode. That was like maybe 20 minutes of this hour and 18 minutes. Is that what I'm reading?
We have a lot going on the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So
we should just call this like the catch-all episode.
Whatever you want to call it, we'll figure it out.
Dandadan and the catch-all.
Let us know down in the comments below on Spotify, YouTube. If you guys watch Dandadan, Evil Eye in theaters, are you guys hyped for season 2? Are you into into Dandadan at all? What is your simp for Dandadan? Is it Seiko? No judgment here. It is Seiko for me. Let us know down there, and like this video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and
Deba mate.
Deba mate.
Deba mate.
Deba mate. Dewa mate.
Deba mate.
And that means
see you later.
See you later. Bye bye.